Yes, and plus, Batman, if you're talking about Batman, bats are associated with what?
Dark.
Uh, yes, I
In the
mean,
night, midnight.
yes, going out into the night, into the darkness of the
Yes.
night, and suddenly appearing. And if it's in the form of a vampire, and you have what they call vampire bats in folklore,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that you take the blood out of people. And there, Adolf Hitler used to always talk about purity of blood
Yes.
for the Aryans. And he said this, hey, you can't have anybody sapping blood. And so you have a dark night rising and going around in the middle of the night. Yes, that's the way I see it, because it makes sense within the context of the religion, the politics of white supremacy. When you have an entire society, meaning the entire world, who's been taught systematically that is something incorrect about dark people being on this planet. That's the whole thing about the system of white supremacy. But since you have them here, what do you do with them? You suppress them. You misuse them. You do things with them that you would do with insects, I mean, for the most part, that you don't want at this particular time unless you want them for experimentation of something. So you stomp them out. You harass them. You spray them. You shoot them. Dark people, they're not really supposed to be here, but they are here. So they're here for a purpose, but you have to control whatever that purpose is. And you control them by suppressing them, by dominating them, and by mistreating them. They're not good for anything else. So this, you set a whole philosophy in motion behind that. No one can deny this. This is what has been taught all down through the history of the world, in written history. I don't know about what they call prehistoric history. Maybe it wasn't always like this. But somebody got that idea that there's something incorrect about having dark people just milling around all over the place. And many people regard them, many white people are taught that they are in the way. I mean, these dark people, what are they good for? They're throwaway people. Give them AIDS. Do something with them. Shoot them up with drugs or whatever. But just kind of push them to the side. I mean, they're in the way. I mean, and they're dangerous. And they're something, they're not clean. They're poisonous. Why did the Creator make anything like this and then put them among us? Well, we'll tolerate them to a degree, but when they get to be in overwhelming numbers and all like that and want to do this and want to do that and want to go here and go there, and they get kind of getting out of control, just suppress them, shoot them. And I have advertisement, like you have probably seen the advertisements of the Dark Knight Rises.
Right.
And the one that I have in my hand right now, it came out, it says, starts Friday, July the 20th, in theaters everywhere. Mm-hmm. And it says, a monumental conclusion to the epic trilogy. And then it says something kind of ominous. Audiences will be blown away.